When was your sort of first published work out there?
My first novella was Party Wolves in My Skull. That was from Eraserhead Press back in 2011.
Okay, so you
So
go
that was
back a
my
ways.
first, yeah, that was my first publication as far as an actual publisher looking at my stuff and putting it out there. Um, and that's actually still probably the book with the most reviews. I mean, I know everyone checks out your first book, and then after that, it's like pulling teeth with your friends and family. Come on, read another one. But that's another one where, we talked about the internal logic earlier. And in that book, there's a guy who wakes up in the middle of the night to find that his eyeballs have fallen in love with each other. And they decide that he's keeping them apart. So they basically they leave him. They tear themselves out of his skull, steal his car, and take off for parts unknown. And when he wakes up, his eyeballs are missing. They've gone off. They've stolen his car. And in the middle of the night, a pack of wolves has moved in because now he's got a vacancy in his head, in his skull. So he has a bunch of stoned wolves. They're party wolves. They just sit around getting stoned and playing poker. They don't have jobs. So he decides he's going to get his eyeballs back. And he goes on this big, long road trip, and it's just like this zany, madcap sort of Tex Avery cartoon by way of like Kafka or something. And that's another one where it's like the internal logic is sound because it sounds absurd and crazy. But when you read it, people really, really responded to it positively because you read it and you go, well, this is just how this world is. This is how things happen here. There's nothing like calling attention to the fact that this wacky, zany thing is happening. It's just, this is what happens. And then it continues on from there. There's a consistent internal logic in it, and that's been said in a couple reviews. And I like to think too that that's the same thing I tried to do with Jurassichrist, with the way heaven and the various afterlives and things work. Ideally, you don't question it in the context of the story. It might make you question things in the context of our reality, but in the story, that's just how things are.